Hey y'all, welcome back to the podcast. My name's Ronnie.
And I'm Nas.
And we are New Girls on the Block. This week we have a great episode for you.
Yes.
We're going to get into it, y'all. I know y'all been seeing what's happening with KEKE Palmer.
Yeah.
But we're not just going to focus on Miss KEKE today. We're going to discuss what goes wrong when dating down. Like, when you're not equally yoked, the pie don't come out the way it's supposed to come out. So we're going to get into it. We're going to have our wellness segment. We're going to introduce a new segment, Breaking News with Ronnie, where we talk about political, social, and things that's going on the road around us. Yeah. And we're going to finish it off with our Black business segment.
Period. We're bringing it back,
Yes, we're bringing it back. We're putting an order into this thing.
Yeah.
And,
because we've been kind of slacking with the Black businesses.
Yes.
But I really love that segment, and I feel like it's necessary, especially, we got to promote ourselves.
Yes, we got to shine a light on the great business owners around.
Yes.
There's a lot of things going on in the world, and we need to support the people who support us.
Period,
and support things that we value.
Exactly.
So, yes, if y'all are ready, let's get into it.
Yeah. And also, before we get into it, make sure y'all subscribe.
Yes. Like, subscribe, share with a friend. Y'all watch. We would love to continue to build a community with y'all. Yes. So make sure y'all are running up them numbers, sharing it with a friend, and following.
Period. But first things first, we can get into our weeks.
Yes.
You want to talk about your week?
Yes. My week has been very productive. I'm going to say that. I've been standing on business, y'all. Like, as the girlies say, I'm in my little isolation era where I'm just trying to skip going out. I'm trying to focus on myself. Like, I'm still trying to balance out. I feel like I've been focused a lot about, like, my business and taking care of things like that.
Yeah.
But I also need to be able to focus on, like, my health and eating balanced meals. I feel like when I get into, like, a really busy mode and I'm focused on, like, work, just getting myself together, sometimes my eating habits can slip, and I get I don't want to burn myself out standing on business, cause
and sometimes when you that could definitely happen when you like too hyper focused, you're not giving time and grace to yourself. It could turn into something that's like, oh, you're either burnt out and don't want to keep continuing, or it could be health, even like your diet and stuff could go bad. And I totally understand.
So I'm just trying to stay focused. I started my new job. I did my little orientation, so this week I'm gonna be working with the kids. I'm excited.
That's a new, like, a kind of a switch from
my pathway that I'm doing right now. So I have a lot going on. I'm meeting with counselors to get back into school. So I'm just standing on business, y'all. I'm tired, but I'm here.
Period.
Yes, like,
and as long as you take care of yourself, girl,
yes,
make sure you put that as priority, though.
Yes, because I gotta put me first.
Put you first. But I love
what about
that.
you, friend?
For me, mine's been kind of opposite, y'all. I've been kind of like slacking this week. I just been like, I don't know, having too much leniency and too much, like, relaxation in a way. But sometimes we deserve it. But right this moment, like, I feel like, okay, time's up. I need to get back to it. So this week, I'm going to be more focused on business and where I want to be and different paths that I want to take just for myself and for business reasons and just creatively and things like that. But I went thrifting today.
Oh, how was that?
It was really good. I went to Culver City, and it's this one little thrift shop downtown. And girl, pants $6. All pants $6. All shirts $4. No matter what the name brand, it was name brand stuff. It was nice, like.
We putting y'all on.
Yeah. I'm trying not to gatekeep the name.
Yes. Y'all can stay at the
But if y'all can see, if y'all know, like, y'all want to go downtown and see if it's a thrift store, y'all gonna find it. But that place, like, I was like, okay. Samir was mad because I went with my husband, and he was like, it's no guy. No, it was no guy stuff.
Oh.
So I'm just like, I'm about to still shop.
Yeah, period.
So I came up, I only spent like $40. I got like 8 pieces.
Ooh.
Girl.
See, there's always an ethical way to go about it, and I'm sure you feel good. You got pieces that make you feel good, that you're not about to see people walking around in.
Yeah, for real.
And you got it for low, and you don't got to worry about being a part of the fast fashion cycle.
Yeah, so I just got a lot of, like, I got this super cute, like, jumper little thing, and I got like some super cute pants and just like leisure wear. And I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone because I'm very
out of the black.
Yeah, and I'm very like leisure wear, and I still got leisure wear. I just was like, okay, let me see what this shirt do or what this. I kind of got like some. I don't know, some type of shirts, and I'm like,
we need a haul coming.
I know, I gotta see what that's looking like because I don't even know yet. I watched them all, so I was gonna like try it on when I get back home.
Okay.
But yeah, I just did a little thrifting. I might sell some pieces, and I think I'm gonna start getting into that too. It's kind of like
reselling,
fun, and reselling, not doing nothing crazy because I hate when people resell stuff for
crazy
like super
expensive price
when it's not even worth it. Like, come on.
I always feel like you have a good eye for curation and aesthetic. So I feel like anything you like do, it could be like capsule collections and like just curate different vibes that people were like,
that's a good idea. Because usually I would just like post, because I used to sell stuff on Poshmark a lot back in the day before Poshmark start over
charging.
Now they take too much money out, and I'm just like, okay, that's crazy. But I used to do it back in the day, and I was pretty good at it. So I'm like, let me just try to bring it back up and find another website or something that I could sell. I haven't really got into Depop, but I think I'm gonna try and see what that
it'd be really creative and fun.
What?
Like, I know you're really into Pinterest, so like if you did curate a vibe, you could have a matching like Pinterest board for inspiration. Like if you like did like say you got minimalist pieces or something, and find like that aesthetic on Pinterest and be like, how to achieve this look with these items, like
free game, y'all.
Free game.
For real though, but that's good. I think I might.
Because that'd be like branding.
Yeah, and I need to get back into Pinterest. I've been slacking on too much, and I just need to like. That's the thing is I'm just trying to find my niche and find where I fit in. So I need to start my Pinterest back up, but that's a very good idea. I think I'm gonna try that out. Okay, I'm gonna try that out. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing that, and then like I'm getting into like focusing on graphics and designing like digital downloads and stuff like that. So I'm just doing like a little creative thing, trying to get into the creative vibes and get back into, because I used to do that so much, and I used to like I feel like
you're good at it.
Yeah, and I feel like that was like kind of like my passion, but then I kind of fell off, as we do sometimes, y'all. But
it's natural.
Yeah, I'm getting back into it. I'm getting back into my groove. But other than that, yeah, I just been hanging out with my husband. We've been spending a little too much time together because he been off. So it's like, oh, might as well just hang out. Yeah. But now I'm like, no more. I'm just kidding.
No mas.
I need to get back into my groove and focus on what I need to be doing in life.
Period.
But yeah, it was fun. But yeah, now getting back to business. So yeah, other than that, this week has been chill.
Yes. So
nothing too crazy.
We stand in our business. We getting things done.
Definitely.
We hope y'all are too.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a shift.
Yes.
We about to be.
I'm excited for you, friend.
Yeah, thank you.
So she's gonna be our Black business segment of the week next week.
Yeah, y'all gonna see some pieces that y'all might want to cop.
So let's get into the topic this week, because y'all, not my Kiki, not Akila. What's going on?
I was kind of, and it's like, because I love, and I love to see people in love, and it's like, wow. And that's the thing is, you could never judge a book by what you see in like a cover, literally, because we didn't know what was going on in the streets, and then all this stuff to just come out, and then like we knew about the your mom and that situation.
We knew he was insecure already.
Yeah, but they kind of start coming back together and then like hanging out. So I was like, okay. It was probably what I was thinking. It was probably just like a little thing for like more publicity, and because that's how marketing is. Sometimes you need a little crazy but nah, he went full out.
I feel like it was definitely like it really happened, but I feel like they were like, how can we clean this up? Like, and like if she still wants to be with him, they're going to have to make that look not crazy. Yeah. So I feel like they tried to make it seem like, oh, she sold her shirt. She not really worried about it. But clearly he was worried about it. Because bro is on video assaulting Miss KEKE Palmer. Like,
never in a million years would I have thought I was going to see something like that.
That's crazy. I feel like KEKE is like, that's like your sister or like your like cousin. Like that's like your everybody's extended family member. So
exactly. It's just like, it's hard to hear. It's like, what? You doing that to who?
To
Are you
Miss
crazy?
Akila? So I just feel like it's really like gets me thinking like, okay, where did she find this man at? Like,
yeah,
KEKE, like, and what did she see in him like that would make her gravitate towards his energy? Because I feel like ever since everything broke, we've just seen what kind of person he is, and he seemed like such a negative person. He seemed like bro had dollar signs in his eyes from the start. Like, I feel like
how else would you be so crazy? Like, he literally put on a facade. He must have, because ain't no way he was showing his true colors to her in the beginning of this whole thing. Yeah,
and I feel like with everything that's coming out, like him talking about, well, I don't know if y'all seen TikTok be having the breaking news, y'all. Yeah. Bro put out he's basically trying to file for custody of the kid. Yeah. He's trying to get ownership of her home. Like, he's been with her for all of 2 years. Got her pregnant, and now he thinks he's entitled to her home, her child, and whatever else he's trying to get. I think that's crazy, especially since she's been working since like she was a teenager. She's a child star, so I don't understand what makes him think he's entitled to her home, her house.
Her whole, like come on now.
For dating her in 2 years. And I just feel like a lot of times, like, with these celebrity women, or even, like, women who are just very successful and powerful, I feel like men, like, they go after them. And I feel like women, like, I don't know, like, dating down. I just, like, what do you think about it? Do you think it's like, if you were a millionaire, could you settle with somebody who was
just on, like,
trying his best to get to management at insert whatever business that's a 9 to 5, y'all? Because
I feel like people gonna be like, oh, that's so biased, but no, I feel like literally even it could go both ways with a woman as well. Like, I think both ways you should find somebody who's on the level, same mindset, same like, okay, how are we gonna, whatever you are. I feel like that's how things work when you're finding somebody on the same level, because if not, it's like you're up here, this person is struggling actor or whatever he is, and okay, you're in this relationship. I feel like no matter, not to be biased, because I don't know for a fact, but in my personal thing, I feel like no matter what, they're gonna be a low-key hater, because it's like,
I feel like
men are very insecure when it comes to a successful woman. First of all,
and you could be making $5 more than that man, and he gonna be mad. He gonna be in his room boiling like this bitch. Who does she think she is?
Making $5 more.
And I feel like I've even experienced that in the past, and I just feel like men's egos are so fragile, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, it had to be about the money, because like it seemed like it was all about ego and what she can do for him, like, and like. It's given he was her biggest hater. Like, even that video we were watching earlier of them, like,
he hate Virgos.
Yeah, and on her birthday, he telling this woman that his partner is crying that he hate Virgos because they're not, what he say, the hype is all out.
I don't even know what he
like,
was
don't
saying.
believe the hype.
Yeah, like, he really, I don't know, he must have really put on a mask, a whole persona of what he really wasn't. And it just sucks when, for me, it's like when kids get involved in something and you feel like you could trust. First of all, trusting somebody to have their babies in the first place is a big step. And maybe he did trap her for that. I'm like, maybe he did. Because other than that, it's like, why? I don't know.
Because we know him to be, what's his name, brother from Insecure.
Yeah.
The guy on Insecure. And mind you, this man, I've never seen his brother before Insecure. I haven't seen him after Insecure. Yeah. I've seen him, I feel like, in 1.5 seasons of Insecure out of all the seasons.
Yeah.
So his brother is like somebody who's like barely even in the industry. And then he is latching on to his brother. I'm just like, how did he finesse his way into being with Keke Palmer? Because, like, he says he's an actor, but what movie you seen him in?
I can't think.
Like, what show you see him in?
Yeah, none.
I have not seen him in no plays, no Broadway production, no YouTube skits. Like, the only time I see him in something is under Keke Palmer's production company.
Exactly.
So, it's like, I don't know. I'm never gonna blame a woman because it's definitely his fault. Like 100%. Like this man is crazy tweeting to his 6-month-old child like he can read the tweets. Like
I gotta read those tweets.
Like he's crazy. Son, don't worry, I'm coming for you. Like you sound insane. You sound crazy.
That's nuts.
Like,
yeah, like what?
And I feel like he's trying to like manipulate the public into thinking like she's like. I feel like even with the Usher thing, he was already plotting like, I already know, like she's not in my control, like she's getting out of line. Let me turn the world against her and start planting the seeds to make her look like this unfaithful woman. Yeah. When he been beating on this woman since 2020. Yeah. I mean 2022, my bad.
And like, cause the mom mentioned that like, oh, it's been a whole year he's been abusive to my daughter. Yeah. And the fact that KEKE was even saying like, oh, in the little sound thing or whatever that was, the recording of the mama going up on him.
Oh yeah, because bro leaked the video of the mom going off on, like these men are so sassy.
So KEKE was even saying like, oh, you're mad about this Usher situation when it wasn't even that big of a deal, and I dealt with more stuff on your end. So I'm like, what's the stuff she was dealing with on her end for it to be? Because that's in comparison to that. That's it. Got to have been some weird. He must have been DMing or doing some weird stuff.
Doing all kind of stuff. I feel like KEKE gave this man a lifestyle. Like, and he took that and ran with it. Definitely. He's probably driving her cars, hollering at the next broad, flexing with the benefits that he has from being connected with her. And I feel like he see that she's not like these. She's not one of them. Like, I seen like last week NBA young boys, baby mamas on the internet. He had 2 of his girlfriends beat her up while she was holding the baby because she didn't pick up the baby when he wanted her to pick up the baby. But she got on the internet and came and told us. And when people said, press charges, she said she not pressing charges. He never going to see his son. Girl.
Yeah, that sounds...
Send that man in jail.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Execution chair.
He got 2 of his girlfriends to beat you up?
And you're coming to us? So KEKE did the right thing by going to the police.
Exactly.
Like, and he's coming to us.
Yeah, like...
I had never... who was Darius Jackson before KEKE Palmer?
Nobody I knew of at all.
So why would he think that he can manipulate the public into... And
being
it's crazy because there's men who like, well, if she would have never... Y'all are crazy.
I feel like I should just go through that whole thing and block each and every person who ever would say something like that. It's just so sickening that people, no matter what a woman is going through, would still be on the side of an abusive man over, oh, she shouldn't have been wearing that. She shouldn't have been doing that. She shouldn't. Like, are y'all nuts? Y'all don't even know the dynamic of their household or what he has been doing before all of this.
We've seen the video.
Yeah, obviously he been beating on her for a whole year or abusive mentally or physically, who knows exactly, but obviously it was like this. I think they did have a video of him being physically
I feel like
abusive.
he's mentally abusing her and physically abusing. We've seen a video of him physically abusing her. He literally went on Instagram and incited people to go and talk mess about her for having a dance with Usher, a known performer who has a bit in his concert where he pulls a celebrity up and dances with them. Yeah. And you got on the internet and made her look crazy. That's mental abuse.
No, he made himself look crazy. Because literally everybody who I know or I seen was not on his side about that. It was more like, wait, what? And everybody started making fun of him. That's what he get. But the incels, I feel like...
And that's a large enough group of people to at least make some kind of noise to where she's like, well... Shouldn't I have done that? Maybe I should have just like been more modest because that's my whole time he over here being Ike Turner.
Ugh, with nothing about not even because abuse is never good on any part, no matter how much money you make, nothing. But this man is leeching off of her and think he could do something like that's just so unbelievable. Like, are you stupid? He must. And then the mama even said like this man must like be mentally ill, like. Dumb or something.
Just so narcissistic that because bro came in with a plan. It literally seems like he's like, let me get her, let me probably what they call it, love bomber, make her think I'm the greatest guy, get her pregnant as soon as I got her locked in,
craziness come
out.
The
demon come out. And
that's so sad. And I feel like KEKE Palmer is just like such a well-rounded, and she has a good head on her shoulders, and she like really is a woman of who she is. Like, she don't front, and she keep her business in her business, but this man is putting all her business out there, and which is sad. It's sad, and it's like, okay, you got caught up with this man who is really like not on your side at all. Like, it's sad, and it's like, dang, who could you really like trust in a way? Like,
you own somebody you share a whole child
this
with.
Man is like the father of your child. Now you have to deal with this man for kind of like the rest of your life in a way, or put all these restraining orders, and then imagine that
she got restraining orders and she filed for full custody.
It's just so sad though. It's like,
because he supposedly abusing the kid too.
Like, it's just so sad that the kid has to go. That's like, this is like, I don't know. It's just, for me, it's always sad to see like a kid having to be in the mix of something like this, because it's like, dang, your dad is really a mess, unfortunately. But I just hope everything goes good with KEKE, and it just shows, like, I feel like from all the other people who we heard of dating, kind of picking up these men.
Yeah, it's not just KEKE.
It's not.
Like, look at what happened to Tia.
Yeah.
Look what Mary J. Blige's husband came and tried to. He cheated on her and then filed for child support for a child they don't have together. Yeah. Like, I don't know where the entitlement comes, and I don't know if it's a thing where it's like these men, because it don't only happen with black women. It happened with Adele, all these other people. Do these men be having a plan the whole time? Or does it, like, when their ego gets bruised because they can't get to the point where they hope to get to?
I think that's what
it like, oh, you're stopping me. Like, I would have been this man, but you're overshadowing me. Like,
I think most of the time it is like an ego and a, like, oh, they're fragile masculinity. You feel like, oh, she's so successful and I want to be like that. How come it didn't happen to me? You have kind of envy your partner, and then you do these manipulative things to show your true colors of what you are, and then in the end try to take their money. Like, are you like, that's just so disgusting.
Do you think if it's like in a situation where do you think at any time if the woman is like always making more money than the man, he will eventually get jealous? Or if it's like, if he's always made more money and then he, like, what, because I feel like some people, like, do you always have to be like equally making the same amount for a man to not be like intimidated?
I don't think so. I really think it depends on the man and how truly secure and truly true to themselves they are. Because, like, literally, if a woman, like, I don't know, I feel like in my situation, if I was making, because it was times that I would make more, it was never like, oh, you think you're doing this because you make it. Like, what? That's crazy. It's like, no, I feel like it's always whoever, like, and I can't say like, I'm making $1 million so I know the exact, but I feel like it's really about the man's security and feeling like, oh, she could, and the thing is, I feel like it's like, oh, she could have whoever she want, so I'm gonna just be this type of person and like do this and do this, because it's an insecurity
thing. It's like a rebellion thing.
Yeah, and insecure, like, oh, I feel like she could leave me forever. So that's why he trapped her with the baby. He was probably like, she could leave me for whoever. I'm the only one who could give her a baby right now. Trap her with a baby.
Yeah, because these guys be trapping girls. Like, nobody talks about how men trap women. Exactly. And I feel like it's very, like, it might have not been common back in the day, but with these sassy men, hell nah. These men are looking for a come up. Especially, I just see it in LA itself. Like, guys be looking for a come up off of women. So, like, in the bigger scale of things, women are making more money than ever. Yeah. They're owning businesses. These men are looking for moms. Yeah. And they're looking for meal tickets. And it's scary.
It is.
It's scary. It is. It's creepy.
And I feel like it's always a stigma of, like, women doing it. And either way, no matter what, it's always, like, I feel like it's never right to, like, initially, like, oh, I'm only doing this to come up. Like, I'm going to have a baby with this person to come up. It's never, like, men or women, but it's just showing, like, because I feel like, like you said, nobody is talking about this as much as, like, how much men are opportunists as
well. Kevin Federline with Britney Spears. Yeah, see? He was a bum.
He was.
A backup singer. And look at him now. And
she gave him a chance. It's always
2
like that.
kids later. And they about to be 18. And bro trying to get child support after they're 18. Like, that's not how it works.
At all. Like, that's so sad. Her whole story is like, so sad. But, yeah, these men are the same. Mm-mm. Like, y'all can't just be saying, oh, women only do this for this. But when it's men out here doing the same thing and we just don't, I feel like as women, it's not as talked about because it just, I don't know, maybe it's like, even in society, people downplay women's success. Like, and it's like, oh, if a man is doing this to a woman, it's not as talked about as, but if, this girl's a gold digger, she is, why not these men are gold diggers too? Yeah. Like, it's always stigma.
And, like, I feel like that's a good point, like, the gold digger thing, like, why does a woman always have to be like a gold digger if she wants something equally yoked? I feel like we always see like on social media, people like if a woman be like, I don't want to date a bus driver, they try to crucify the woman and make it seem like she's crazy for not wanting to date somebody equally yoked, and they paint her out to be like a horrible gold digger. But I don't think a gold digger is the same as like dating somebody who's equally yoked, who has like similar values, a similar life direction, because y'all might meet and y'all might not be on like the same like income level, or like you might have like y'all don't have to be at the same like exact level at all times. But I feel like you should be working towards similar things. Yeah. And be creating a life for yourself, even if this person never existed, for you to be able to get to that lane. Yeah. And if he said he was going to be an actor, how would he have got to that lane without KEKE?
Yeah. Well, his brother.
Like his brother is like, who's his brother?
And I low-key feel like he just starts saying that because, his brother was an actor, and then he met KEKE, and it's like, I gotta be saying that I'm doing something, so I'm an actor. Yeah. Because some people do. It's like, he was
anybody in LA could be an actor.
Literally. I can say I did one little...
Where's your show at?
I don't know. I haven't even looked it up.
We gotta find that.
Yeah, I did. I'm an actor.
Yes.
Shoot. Like, anybody could claim that they're an actor in LA. Like, and I'm sure I probably have more on my...
Yeah, you have an IMDb, like, on your credits than him.
So, I feel like, I don't know. It's just, I don't even have any words. It's just like, I don't know. I can't even think. I just feel like he's just a mess.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like he's like a demon sent to try to cause chaos in her life. And like turn her life upside down. And I just hope KEKE get through this. Yeah. And I feel like it's a lesson for the world. Because like I said, women get told they're all kind of gold diggers. Yeah. And no, go for the person you love. But like, be realistic in life.
Exactly.
Be for real. You should like women, we need to stop like trying, like the world at every corner tries to humble us. Yeah. And they trying to humble us in our dating situation. And I feel like it's mostly for Black women. Like, because like even with like Britney Spears or Adele or Kelly Clarkson, we feel bad for them and be like, dang. But with like KEKE Palmer or other people like Tia or Wendy Williams, we'd be like, y'all should have known better. Yeah. How do you, like, and it's just like everybody deserves grace, but it's like people have to be realistic and stop listening to the internet, because these same men who are y'all calling people gold diggers, those are the ones who would get you pregnant, knock you up, and try to take everything you got. Exactly. Those are the same men.
Exactly. So like, never.
I can't do it.
Exactly. I feel like women, even if they want a man who making that, know your worth and know your value, but also
and have your own motion.
Yeah, don't feel like, dang, all these people are saying this and thinking I'm gonna go, or thinking that things are like, it's only because you're doing it for the money. But it's literally, if you have a mindset and you're on, like, find somebody on your level. Yeah. Because these are obvious.
And a man's gonna find somebody on their level. Yeah. How many men do you hear be like, she's a great girl. She's not that cute, but I'ma still date her anyway because she's so funny.
No, and women do that all the time.
She 40 pounds overweight, but she know how to put that shit on. I'ma still date her. Men don't think, and not saying one is right and one is wrong. Yeah. But we see how we be like, He got swag. He's funny. Yeah. Oh, he said he's gonna get a job in 2047. Like,
I believe him. Like and I feel like a lot of women do settle because it's like, oh, this man is talking in my ear, saying this stuff. Because most people know how to manipulate, and it's like, oh, you're saying all this stuff. So it's like, okay, I think this is like, but then end up in a situation like this. So it's like,
you can't be Keke the builder.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like we kind of, all these examples, we gotta be mindful. Like, okay, if that's the case, then people could choose who they want to date and who they like, what level they want people on. You don't have to like just randomly, oh, I'm successful, I'm like a millionaire, but this dude is coming up and I'm gonna just see what it's like. I don't know. It's just like, because literally sense. How you said, a man who's making millions of dollars, they're not gonna be like, I see this girl at the bus stop and
never.
I think she's a little bit overweight.
They're gonna be
like, she has her hair not done. Yeah.
They're gonna call a pretty girl a bum. Yes. You can't even be pretty no more. You gonna like these men won't see.
We have to really be realistic. Like, okay, y'all know y'all not about to be picking up. If you had $1 million, you're not about to go find somebody that's on the bus and be like, yeah, okay, let's talk. Or you go into a bar and she's like, yeah, don't do any, or like, yeah, it's like literally, it should be, but it is both ways, and we can't just penalize women for choosing who they want to date when men, maybe it's not said as much, but men do the same thing.
Yeah, they try to date up, or people, because it's not only about money, it's about mindset, it's about values, it's about what you want out of life, because money, you can hit the jackpot tomorrow.
And then got $1 million in the bank.
Yeah, so, but that person could still not even have the same life direction. And then they're going to waste all your money.
Yeah,
like, exactly. So it's not all about the money. It's about, like, well-roundedness. Yeah. And being mindful. And, like, I just feel like people in general should date people who have similar values and similar directions for them. Or who they could see themselves, like, realistically growing with. You shouldn't have to build a person. You should be able to evolve and grow with them.
Yeah.
But I just don't even see, even if he never would have put his hands on her, I feel like he didn't, like, she shouldn't have to give her partner a whole different lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's fair. She's like 28.
Yeah.
Or she like just turned 30. Yeah. She got her whole life ahead of her. And it's just like, and even if it was a woman doing the same thing to a man, like trying to bring them down, like, you gotta just, I don't know, like, be mindful of, like, the people you surround yourself with. And even, like, her being able to look at his brother and see, like, he got his coworker pregnant while he had a girlfriend.
Yeah, maybe
he's known to be this kind of person. Maybe I should stay away and not always date for potential. We need to move past dating for potential.
Yeah, and realize, like, okay, it is what it is.
Date for reality.
Yeah, for reality. For your reality, too. Because, like I said, I feel like it could go both ways. Like, women do that. Like, even the ones who do often say, like, oh, I need a man who making at least $500K a year.
And they never got a car.
Don't even got a car.
They didn't even got food in the refrigerator.
Working at McDonald's or something. It goes either way. Like, I feel like that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
No man making that much money is going to be looking your way if you are not on their level.
Yeah.
No woman's going to make, like, it should be the same way.
Even if they look your way, just like KEKE Palmer, she may have been, like, initially attracted to him. Like, she may be like, this man is fine. And a man might be like, this girl's good, but that can only last so long.
Exactly.
Like, and then that's when people start, the man, what are you worth? Then they're starting to cheat on you.
Yeah.
There has to be balance in a relationship. And
Definitely.
I just feel like, as women, we're the prize.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't have to settle in any aspect of life to find love, because there's somebody out there for everybody. And like, play the long game, because these men are crazy.
Literally,
they're psychos.
From what we seeing. So yeah, I feel like all in all, if you feel like you are at a level where you have to kind of like bring this person up to that level, or like, oh, maybe I could help and maybe I could do this, and I feel like that's what women have. Like, we have like this type of
savior complex.
Kind of. It's like, oh, I could help them, and I want to be their rock and their person to come to, and I would be able to get him to where. But some people don't want that.
And then I think it will also show you more if you guys are able, like, if y'all are not in the same space and moving in the same direction at the same time, and you really like, she can really let that man down. Yeah. Be friends. Exactly. Be friends. Get your lives together and be friends. Yeah. And y'all can still grow and y'all relationship would be that much stronger. Exactly. But half these men will leave. And then you'll see who really. It was all a facade. It was all fake. It was all a lie.
And obviously this was, just by the way he talked and the way he even like moves. It just seems like snaky. He seemed like jealous. He seemed the type that's like controlling, obviously, and an abuser. Like, never, ever, ever, ever. Never. The mama was right talking about she'll put a bullet for him.
My mama would have said the same thing. Exactly. My mama would have been at his door.
Because like, ain't no way any man that's putting their hands on a woman for no reason and not even no reason, you should know.
It should be the most extreme form of self-defense. Like, extreme. It should have been like she trying to stab him up. Yeah, or he could call the police. If she was trying to attack, call the police. Yeah. Get away, de-escalate. But him sitting there and choking her.
And and another thing, you said he slapped her behind the head over the baby and was tug-of-warring with the baby. That's sick. And I feel like, I don't know, it should have been signs, and it's probably was signs. And like, I feel like KEKE Palmer is probably the type of person, I don't know for a fact, but she's not the type of person that try to find the good in people.
Yeah, she seems like a positive person. Yeah. Like, she'll be like, literally, like you said, trying to find the good in every situation.
No, you can't always do that, because then you end up in situations like that. Because that's crazy.
Like, he could have been the nice guy. And like, I read somewhere before that the highest rate of women getting abused is when they're pregnant. Oh. Like, and I was like, what? But it could be something that literally shifts in somebody. And if they really don't want that, like, for all we know, we don't know. He may have wanted the kid to have some kind of leverage over her, or he may have not even wanted the kid and seen that she wanted the kid, and it's like, so building up that resentment. Because I feel like, how do you put your hands on your own child and the child not even a year old yet? Like, that's crazy. Yeah. So it's like, you're already harboring resentment for not only the mom but the child. You need to seek help.
Like they said, even KEKE said it in that little argument phone call, whatever. She was like, yeah, you need professional help at this point. And the way she was saying, she sounded calm as day, and she just like telling it like it is. And I feel like some people need that. And then he seemed like overly emotional about, oh, my son's gonna be I need my son's gonna be with me no matter what. Like,
it's just not realistic.
It's not realistic. Stop being weird. He needed to, I don't know, that whole situation is crazy. And I'm glad that he put the phone call out, because it's just showing his true colors and who he really is as a person, of all the stuff that they were saying. Because I'm 100% sure it's true, what they were saying. Because he wasn't even like, nah, I would never do that. He didn't deny anything. Yeah. He was like,
I don't know what he was doing by even putting out the video. It was silly of him.
It definitely was. He was just making himself look stupid. Even when he did the you're a mom, everybody was roasting him like, are you stupid? And then, like you said, only the incels are the people who like hate women,
doing the same thing as him.
Yeah, I feel like those are the people, validate him. Yeah, who secretly hate women and find any excuse to downplay a woman anytime, for even though he was abusive and putting his hands on her. Yeah, y'all still gonna come to his defense because y'all hate women.
Yeah, but all in all, I feel like you should date people who are equally yoked to you. It's not about the money. It's about mindset overall the people you are. There's people that you click with and people that you don't click with. Not everybody's meant for everybody. And I just feel like, I hope KEKE is okay. And I hope that her baby is okay.
Yeah, and I hope she really like either focus on truly just the well-being of her family, or find somebody that's equally on the same page and equally as respectful as, they both good in a way. So, I feel like that wraps up that segment for the week. But let's move on to the wellness segment. Yay! I missed this. We used to do it in the beginning, but we kind of fell off on it. Though, y'all. Yeah, we got a little bit too wrapped up into the topics. Yeah. But now we got to mosey it down. But this week on the wellness segment, I want to get into overall gut health and the effects it has on mental state. So yeah, I've been having like this issue with my gut. I haven't been like, not TMI but TMI, y'all, but I feel like going to the bathroom regularly is very important, and I try to keep a mindset of like making sure, but I feel like I've been backed up because I feel like I've been dealing with not really stress, but a lot's been going on in my life, and I've been trying to like maintain, and kind of like times I'm like, oh, I could go to the bathroom, I'm gonna like kind of, it will be like either like not fully ready, and then I'll just like go about my day and then kind of like forget in a way, and then like days will pass, but I'm like, okay, hold on, things need to be changed. I'll take like a laxative or something like that to like kind of like get back regular, y'all. But I feel like a lot of times when I'm like that and I'm feeling like, oh, my stomach is not right, I get agitated, I feel uncomfortable, I feel like
it has like an overall effect on your mood and your body.
So I started like doing a little bit of research and seeing like, okay, what can I do to improve my gut health, and what can I take, and what foods to kind of eat to improve it. So I know probiotics are very important, so I've been trying to take like, or eat a lot of probiotic foods, things like yogurt, things like fermented like cabbage and stuff like that, like kimchi. I love me some kimchi.
You just made me hungry.
But yeah, stuff like that, and just to kind of be mindful of what your body needs, because I know my body do not do well with dairy. Dairy have me in a chokehold though, to be honest. But I'm like on the verge of moving in a direction past dairy, because I feel like that's kind of like my whole dairy and breads. But I'm trying to move past that. I didn't do it today, but next week I'm gonna go to that. But I do feel like that really does affect me in ways like I would notice like, oh yeah, my mood's off if I'm eating too much sugary foods, stuff like that. So I just did a little bit of research and seeing like, yeah, things could, if you have like a bad gut biome, like your gut isn't like, you're not putting the right foods in the right
it's not producing like a lot of good bacteria.
Yeah, so it's affecting your brain and your like your whole physical and mental state.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's because,
did y'all know that?
Yeah, everything revolves around your gut. Like literally, if you think about it, things that you put in your stomach, it'll either like make it hurt or it'll be like regular, energy. And it's like, yeah, it gives you energy, and it's obviously feeding the rest of your body, because the energy is turned into ways to pump your blood, to send signals to the brain and stuff like that. So that's very important. Also, what I learned too is that most people have parasites. Yeah, which is crazy. And I'm always like, okay, let me make sure I don't. So I try to I have this stuff called Paragard that I learned from TikTok a long time ago. But that really helps me kind of like stay regular. And it's not even just for like parasites. Like I don't know for a fact, but they say most people do, so I just take it like but it helps you be more and it helps you be more regular without even if you don't have it, it's still gonna help regulate your gut. So I should look into that. It's a benefit. Yeah, so that's my little segment, just to be more mindful. I want you guys to like kind of just be more mindful about your gut and how that can affect skin, it could affect your overall health. It could literally
your odor, your body odor.
Yeah, definitely.
Them BV and those yeast infections, that could definitely, like, your vaginal care, it stems from your gut.
Sweets and stuff too. All of those sugary foods and too much of that, you see it in your body. You see it like, oh, okay, I'm like feeling kind of crazy, or I'm getting these bumps, or
literally seeping out of our skin.
Yeah, if you think about it. So if you think about the stuff you're putting in and seeing that it could affect this, of course it could affect everything else in your body. It could even affect like you could get diabetes, something that's like life-threatening diseases just by the stuff you're eating. So I want everybody just to be more mindful about the stuff that they're putting in their gut, kind of like figure out what works for you and what doesn't, because I'm still on the path of figuring out what works for me and what doesn't.
And listen to your body, like you said.
Yeah,
your body will tell you if it feels good or if it feels bad.
Yeah, most definitely. So focus on your gut health. Take more probiotics, y'all.
Probiotics, fermented food, and
more vegetables and fiber in your diet.
Period.
Because that's what we need. Less sugar, more fiber. Yes. So yeah, that wraps up my little wellness segment for the week.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yes, and we hope y'all learned too.
Definitely.
So now it's my segment.
Yes.
It's breaking news with Ronnie.
Yes.
This is gonna be a new segment that I'm so excited to bring to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be focused on politics, more social issues, just things that I feel like is going on in the world, you know?
And we need to know, because a lot of us are living obliviously in this world and just kind of going by our day. But it's really important things that's going on that we kind of just overlook or don't.
We might be distracted by or just like ignore them because it's already so much else going on in the world. So so let's get into it, y'all. This week I want to talk about there's a genocide happening. There's multiple genocides happening right now, and
secret
it's crazy.
ones we probably still don't even know of. Too, if you think about it.
Literally. Not only are the people in Palestine under siege right now and are being literally obliterated as like collateral damage, we also have a humanitarian crisis in the Congo happening. It's been happening for decades at this point. There are major businesses and governments that are going in and funding all kind of rebel groups and different groups within the Congo to go in and cause destructions, go and raid villages, go and take child soldiers, wipe out women, wipe out children, wipe out men, go in and literally commit rape, atrocities, all kind of things in the name of creating not only chaos, but gaining more money. And also mining for their natural resources, such as gold, cobalt, and so many other resources that allow us to have our phones and our Teslas. Like if you think about what these batteries are made of, they're made out of lithium. They're made out of all these different natural resources that the Congo is rich in. And for the last 2 decades, these people have been displaced. I was reading an article yesterday. The Republic of Congo has the most displaced people in the whole wide world. Almost 7% of their people have been displaced. And if you think about like what being displaced means, like a group of people have to come and violently uproot you from your home. Like imagine like we're from LA. Imagine somebody like came in and said, everybody from LA, y'all have however many hours to get out of here. If you guys do not get out of here, we're going to go one by one to everybody's apartment and either kill you, rape you, or make you a slave to go work in mines and mine gold and lithium so they could sell it to Americans and other powerful governments so we can continue to have iPhones and all these other devices. So I just feel like that's a very important thing that we need to bring light to. There's a video going viral right now of a man who actually in protest set himself on fire. He set himself on fire so that people can actually have media attention on what's happening in Congo right now. And like I was telling you earlier, I was watching a creator on TikTok talk about the mindset you have to be in to literally, as a human being, set yourself on fire in protest in hopes that somebody on their phone or on their computer can get a message of what's happening to your people because they are mining the things that we're watching it on. Like, that's really twisted when you think about it. And I think that a lot of times we've been programmed to think like it's a faraway land. We can't do anything about it. But even having internal conversations with yourself about like, why am I so tethered to this phone? Like, why do I feel the need to really, like when there's other options out there, why am I so tethered to this phone? And I feel like those are internal conversations we need to be having to be mindful about how the things we have in our everyday life, everything comes at a consequence. Every action has a consequence. And I just don't think, me personally, like it might not be an overnight thing. It won't be an overnight thing. But I definitely want to invest my time in finding other alternatives outside of those these batteries that are making the price and the value of these things go up and causing and trade these people to be displaced, because that's 7% of a whole population,
nation,
of a whole nation. If you look on the map in Africa, Congo is really, really big. It's not like a small little speck. That's a that's Central Africa. That's a very large part of Africa. And they're going in and doing these atrocities to people, and we're not even thinking like, oh, that doesn't have anything to do with us. But it does.
It literally does.
It does. Like,
because we're using and acquiring all the resources that they're trying to bring, and then they sell us the resources, and we're buying into these people who are stealing from these people and paying them pennies on the dollar. When
no, these people are not getting paid, girl. They're slaves. They're enslaved. They go in. I say, Nasira, I told you to get out of LA. Now you need to go work on Union Station and go give me that medal, because I need to go steal that medal so I could be rich. And it's 4-year-olds, it's 5-year-olds that are getting. And when you go in these mines, they're unstable. They collapse. The chemicals are unstable because they're in the ground. They blow up. These kids are losing their life and for the name of what? So I can have my iPhone. And this is not to make anybody feel guilty, because we live in like a world where this is our norm. But it's just to make ourselves mindful, and I believe when we become more mindful, our brains are smart enough to say, okay, what is the solution?
And what can I do? Because little steps lead to big change. I feel like if everybody is making these small steps, it could lead to a drastic change.
Let's create literally a devaluation of these batteries.
And like not buy into it as much. And if she influenced me to, okay, let's think about the change. Like my iPhone, maybe the next one I get could be a different phone, or like something that's less and not as like literally slave labor. And we're getting these phones and putting people's lives in danger by just buying the new phone. I could make a small change, and then if most people are making these small changes, it could turn into a big change.
And best believe if Apple sees people and all these companies see people divesting, they are so money motivated that they're going to find an alternative. They're going to be like, oh, you guys want a natural thing? They're going to find a way to sell us a natural product. But at least that natural product won't have an effect, such a large negative effect on people, human beings that look like you, that look like me, that if you met today, you would not want to see blown up in a mine. Like, that's just like as a human being, like you would not want to see that. So I just feel like as we divest for things that don't serve us, not only individually but as a collective, I think our brains are gonna, like, as human beings, we're so smart. If we could get to Mars, why can't we create a phone that's not ran off of lithium or all these things that create such chaos in the world, all these resources? We don't have to, we have so many things, water, all kind of things that if we put our mind to it, and if we needed it, if we said communication is that important, but we can't use this, our brains are going to pivot and they're going to figure it out. So
I totally agree.
I just feel like we need to be mindful.
Definitely.
And be aware of what's happening in the Dominican.
That too, probably.
The Democratic Republic of Congo. These people are dying in the thousands, and it's been going on for 2 decades at least. I'm 28. This has been going on for the majority of my life. The effects of it has probably been going on for longer than my life. And people deserve to live. People deserve to be able to have a life. And I don't think that somebody should have to light their stuff on fire for us to pay attention.
Exactly. Simple as that. Literally, like, people have the right to live and live live with their basic necessities and not be forced into something to bring us these iPhones, to bring us these computers,
and we don't have to be programmed to think that
this is the only option.
Because we're human beings. We have free will. We have options.
Yes. So just a little. I like that. It's good to let people know, just to be more mindful and keep an open mind of what's really going on in your world. Because we could literally talk about all this stuff all day, but it's literally important things that's going on, y'all.
Yes.
And we have to be, as people who are conscious, as people who care, we should care more.
As a humanity, there's so much chaos happening. Why not bring it in and find ways to like have our humanity shine through, you know?
Exactly.
So yes,
I totally agree. And I guess that wraps up your
that wraps up my segment, my news segment. I hope y'all liked it.
And I hope it was very informative for you guys. And I hope you guys learned something from both of our segments, from this whole podcast. It was a little chaotic, but I feel like it had like the little juicy part, and then information, then more information for you guys. So we loved it. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and commenting. Let us know in the comments what you guys liked about this episode. If you guys like the new segments and the way we're structuring it this upcoming weeks, because we're gonna try to keep on.
Yes, we are gonna keep on. And if y'all have any questions about the wellness segment, y'all have any suggestions, anything that you're interested in that's happening around the world, put that in the comments. Like, let's talk about it. Inform us. We want to inform you, and we just want to all learn together.
So this wraps up our episode, you guys.
Bye.